And welcome back. In the previous video, we were introduced to the concept of modeling with modularity in mind, with designing and modularity in mind, really. We went ahead and created 6 different pieces for a cave system that we can modularly build out in a game engine such as Unity. In between videos, I went ahead and did some rescaling work. Using a basic cube that is, let's see, cube that is 100 by 100 by 100, because that should be approximately 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter within Unity, because again, Maya works in centimeters, Unity works in meters. I made the cube 1 meter, 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter here, so that I could make sure that all of my cave pieces were 1 meter in length. That way, when I go into Unity, I'll be able to work with very simple scaling in mind. So that's the only thing I did in between the videos. I also went ahead and made sure that my pivot points were all centered for each and every single piece. So with that, when I put them all at 0, they are all conveniently and neatly on top of each other, such as what we see here. So without further ado, we have all the pieces. We have, we did some scaling prep and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and just export this out into Unity. One piece at a time. We're just going to go File. We're just going to export the selection. We want to make sure we export one piece at a time. We want to make sure we export as FBXs. And here we go. I will see you in Unity after all of this stuff has been exported. Okay, here we are in Unity. This is specifically the animation. This is specifically the animation scenes that we were working with in week 8 and I believe a little bit in week 7, but definitely in week 8. This is the project we were working with in. So let's go ahead and get all the stuff in here. I'm going to create a new folder. Let's go ahead and call this Cave Assets, just to separate everything. Inside here, I'm going to import my new package. I'm going to track down my cave stuff. Should it be in scenes? Yes, it should. There they are. We're going to import all those in. They're all here. We're going to extract. Do we need to extract the material? They all have the same material. So I'll just make one. I'll just create a material here just for the sake of it. I'm going to call it cave underscore mat. I'm going to import my textures. I am going to lock this in. I am going to put this in the color. I am going to put this in the normal map. I'm going to fix so that it is, in fact, a normal map. It reads as a normal map. And now we can go ahead and start putting in some cave pieces. Actually, the Unity intelligently deduced that the new material that I created in the same folder is all the new... Unity intelligently and intuited to apply the material to all these pieces. That's pretty cool. That doesn't always happen, but it's nice when it does happen. So let's go ahead and just... get a piece in here and see what it looks like. I'm going to put it in the hierarchy, just so it goes to the origin here. And yeah, that's pretty good. Not bad. Let's make this 20 by 20 by 20. So we have a nice big size here to work with. I'm specifically going 20 by 20 by 20 here because I want to make sure that when I bring in my character, because I am going to have a character in here, let's go to Assets. Let's go to my prefabs. Let's actually get rid of this camera because the man variant that I created before has its own camera with them now. So wonderful. Let's go ahead. Let's place them right by the ground here so that we can start exploring properly in a second. But first, let's actually go ahead and prove that this is in fact modular. Let's go ahead and go to orthographic view, top view, and let's go ahead and add in some more pieces. So now that I got the man variant in there, I'm going to go ahead and get in some more cave stuff in here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the curve. Put that in there. Let's increase the size of this 20 by 20 by 20. Okay. Let's actually hold control here so I can rotate in increments. There we go. Let's hold control so I can move up with some type been 20 exactly, and that should... There we go. That's better. It's not exactly perfect. This is just for demo purposes, but almost. Not bad. Not bad for a quick little demo there. Snapped in pretty good once I finally typed in the number exactly here. All right, let's add in some more pieces because we are not done yet. We have more pieces to test out here, so let's go ahead and go back to our top view, orthographic. What else we have? We have this T intersection here. Let's add that in. Let's go ahead and scale that up 20 by 20 by 20. There we go. And this intersection here, I'm going to go ahead and place right down here. So -20. Good. That fits in pretty nicely. What else? What else we have? What are the pieces we have? The straight piece. We have this T piece. Let's add in the T piece next. Make sure everything works. 20 by 20 by 20. Very nice. I'm going to place this T piece down here at -40. We did all the careful work of making sure that our individual K pieces were 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter, so that way, or at the very least 1 meter in length. That way, in our top view, we can just multiply by 20 and just place pieces intelligently via increments of 20. So there's our T piece. What am I missing? We have this dead end piece. Let's go ahead and place that in. Let's scale that up 20 by 20 by 20. Very nice. I'm going to rotate. I'm going to hold down Control so that I can rotate in increments and make sure that I get to -90 is fine. Let's go down to -20. Let's go over to 10. Place a dead end piece there. And the final piece that we haven't placed yet is the incline. So let's go ahead and place the incline again, 20 by 20 by 20. And again, this one's going to require some rotation. So let's go ahead and -90, that's good. -20 down here. Again, you do all the prep work in Maya properly, then you'll be able to very, very easily just slot things in wherever you'd want them. -20 right there. Perfect. That's all the pieces. Let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, this one's high up. Let's go ahead and actually rotate that. There we go. Not exactly perfect, but -270 is our target. There we go. All right, those are all our pieces. Everything is properly textured. Everything can be properly placed to create a nice, easy modular environment of our own design with just some very basic pieces we quickly made in Maya. Let's go ahead and play and test out. It actually shouldn't work, and we'll see why in a second. It should just fall straight through. The reason is that the stuff that we brought in from Maya has no colliders. So let's go ahead and add in some colliders here so that we can properly interact with this. All right, so let's see, straight piece. Let's go ahead and add a component. No scripting, please, just physics. In this case, it's a more there's a lot of polys and some complicated shaping here. So I'm just going to go ahead and go with them with a mesh texture, with a mesh collider here for all of them. Let's test and make sure the collider is actually working. Yes, it is. We can properly explore the cave now. Wonderful. Again, very quickly, very easily made within Maya. Excellent, excellent, excellent. The next thing that we should do is add in some lights because, I mean, this is an interior environment, and when it comes to Unity, the default light they give you is a directional light for exterior sunlight, but we want we're working with an interior here. So let's go ahead and go to Game Object. Let's go to Lights. We're going to create a point light for our purposes here. Hold on. That just deleted on me by accident. Point light. There we go. Let's go ahead and go to an orthographic view. Select our straight piece there. That way I know where it is. And we're just going to place this here. By the way, this light bulb here, when it's toggled on, it uses whatever lights you have in the scene to create to light your scene. But if you turn it off, it just gives you Unity's default lighting, which may be what you want when you're working with point lights in the beginning, just some simple default lighting. So I'm gonna put my lights up here. Intensity, maybe we'll keep it low. It's all right. And for the lighting, we can make it maybe something a little bluer like that. Let's see what that looks like. Let's see, can we increase the range? Yep, we can increase the range. It's good. Intensity, I figured probably not a good idea to increase that. Actually, it might be a good idea to lower it, since we're going to be in a dank little cave here. Okay. And let me go ahead and add in lights for everything else, which I'm just going to duplicate this light to add it for all the other pieces here. So let's see. So now we have some lights to work with inside the cave here, which is very nice. The next thing I want to do is create prefabs. So I'm actually going to, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and make this point light here a child of each and every single cave here. So that point light. This point light is the child of the intersect. This particular point light is the child of the incline. This point light is the child of the T. And this point light is the child of the curve. So now they all have a point light associated with them. I am going to go ahead and make all of these prefabs. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder here. Create cave prefabs, and in here I'm just going to drag in these pieces to create prefabs of them all. So we have the cave, we have the curve, we have the intersect, we have the T, we have the dead end, and we have the incline. This way I don't ever have to go back and create a mesh collider, a material, or attach a light for each and every single one of these cave pieces ever again. Let me just test it out by selecting my straight piece here and just placing it on the scene. As we can see, we have the completed cave piece. It has the collider, it has the light. We don't have to worry about having to set it up again and again and again. Again, the power of prefabs. All right, the last thing I want to do before moving on is I want to reset my positioning and rotation of all this stuff. I don't want these prefabs to always for the initial setup, I wanted to make sure that everything fit together. But now that I know that it does, I would like all of my prefabs to be at the origin whenever I bring them into the scene proper. So I'm going to go ahead and just reset the positioning for all these. Not the scaling though. I want to make sure the scaling remains as is, because that's the whole point. I want to make sure I don't have to scale every single new piece every time I bring it in. All right, so everything's at 0 except for scaling. Good, then I don't need these original pieces that I brought in to test out and to do some basic work to. Just have the man variant. I can now bring in any piece I want, and it will start at the origin where it should. All right, I am going to do a quick cut because all the prep work is finished. We have confirmed that these pieces all fit together. We have set up a light, we set up the material, we have set up a collider. All I need to do now is create an environment. So I will cut, and when I'm back, we will have a nice cave to explore. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, I have finished doing some modular modeling here, some modular world building here. I actually noticed a little mistake that I made with my, which piece is this? My T piece here. I did actually when I was soft selecting to create irregularities, I did actually play around. I did actually accidentally move the the vertice for one of the edge for the edge loop for the T piece here. So it is actually not perfectly sticking in with everything else. That's something I would have to fix in Maya. But other than that, I went ahead and created a new little cave system here. I'm going to explore it real quick. And we're going to conclude this video by saying that modularity is a very powerful, very easy to grasp, and very easy to implement game development tool. Essentially, you are creating small, easily tileable pieces, not too dissimilar to the kind of work you do with textures or the kind of work you do with certain codes. You are just creating small, easily tileable pieces, either 2D or 3D pieces that you can then fit together to very, very easily and very quickly and very efficiently create larger worlds. It's a very easy concept to get a handle on. It's more difficult to implement it properly, as you can see. Even in my demo here, I did make that mistake with the T piece there. That one little edge got a little messed up when I was doing my soft selects. Again, something I would have to fix by going back into Maya and taking a look at that piece again. Modularity is a very powerful tool, not just for artists, but for designers. Essentially, artists inside Unity sometimes, and in fact, many times in the larger studios, don't actually worry about the world building at all. They leave the actual world building part of the process to dedicated designers whose job it is to just take pieces like what we have here and create, whatever kind of game world that is required of them. So modularity, very easy to understand, very powerful tool. You can very quickly, efficiently create game worlds in low with low effort through the process of modularity. As we saw, it didn't take that much effort at all to combine our pieces and create the stuff that we wanted to create. I hope that these two videos have been helpful to you. Modularity, again, to reiterate, because it's just very true, is a very, very powerful tool to have in your game design toolkit, and hopefully you can implement some of this into your final project. It's not required, but it's a very good idea to get used to and become acquainted with how modular design works. So I hope this helped. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you enjoyed. See you all next time. Bye-bye.